Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are 3 or 4 days deep into an absolutely whopping heat wave here in Ireland. I think it's like 24, 25, 26 degrees, which is crazy. We get stuff like that maybe a handful of times a year, so best to enjoy it while we can. So today's video, what are we doing? We're gonna strip pretty much every bit of dirt, surface rust, flaky kind of stuff, things like that, from underneath the Civic as we can. There's a couple of spots by the jacking points that I want to just double check. I'm just going to do the test of death, I suppose, with a screwdriver and just hit it a couple of times. If we break a hole in it, we break a hole in it. We'll have to weld it. If we don't, great, we can just treat it, seal over it, and that can be a problem for 5 years down the line. Same idea up in all the wheel wells. There doesn't appear to be any rust there, but there's loads of caked, it's like muck and dirt. So I know the guy that I bought the car from lived down like dirt and gravel roads and stuff, so I assume it's just from him driving it around a couple of times, but that'll all have to get cleaned off. I would be very tempted to power wash it off, like maybe bring the car back down out into the yard onto some kind of, like, make a little dolly and roll it out and try and power wash it all, because the heat will be there to help it dry today, but I think it's not worth the hassle. So we're going to start stripping all in along there, cleaning all of that stuff off. Now, I was going to take the crash bar off as well, but that's actually bolted through the floor of the boot, and obviously all the audio system and stuff is in the way, so I can't really get at that correctly. But for now, I'm just going to leave it there, and another day it'll get taken off. It's not really an issue for now. So the plan is lift it up, start cleaning, start rust treating, start prepping, and get this thing under seal. As you can see, right there is our one crappy spot that might be dangerous. So I've got a big old screwdriver. Let's just send it and see what happens. Okay, well, if there was going to be any holes in it, there'd be holes in it from doing that. I guess that side's going to clean up okay. Like I said, a problem for 5 years' time. Let's check the other side. Now this side's not as crazy, so I expect it to be okay. But we've got a couple of spots there. No, all good. One there, all good. And the worst one. No. Okay, we're going to be good. Right. Oh God, look at my face. I'm filthy. Okay, to be expected, I suppose. Right. I've gotten as much as I suppose I can do, and I'm physically bothered to do. You know, I'm not going to go absolutely millimeter perfect with every single spot, but as you can see, we're looking pretty decent. So I've gotten every single little loose bit that I can find, and you know, without spending days and days and days going at it. Up here's pretty good as well. Didn't really need much up there. I gave just those areas a little scuff, as you saw. The front there, I'm probably going to wait till I'm doing the engine stuff, because I'm going to pull out the radiator and stuff and probably do that front section but for now, all the front sections are all ready. All underneath is about as ready as it's going to get. Now, like I said, you can still see there's still a bunch of muck and stuff caked up into it. I was going to strip the whole like middle section as well, but to be totally honest, I don't think there's any need. So the front wheel arches and the whole back section and the back of the boot and stuff like that right there, I think they're the most important bits. So the next step, as you see, I have the tarps down. I'm going to get some of my rust converter and just start lathering it on, I guess. Okay, that's back again next day. So our rust converter has been sitting there for about 20 hours by now, so I'm sure it's well cured. There are a few little spots, just like with the kind of sticky residue or whatever there. We'll wipe that off before we start putting on our undercoating. I got a couple of cans of it yesterday. That stuff right there. I've never used that one in particular before, but it's supposed to be a decent one, so we'll see. But before that, I have some, no, I had almost none of it left. Very, very little left in that tube of Tiger or Tech 7. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit for a while, and in hopes of putting it just in the crevices and stuff in a couple of little spots here and there, like along where the lower control arms mount and stuff like that. I have some seam sealer in the press, but it's really old and it's got like a lot of hard chunks and stuff in it, so I'm not going to use that. And the Tech 7 can be painted over essentially straight away. I don't have to wait for it to set up. So let's lift up the car and take a look at the underside. Okay, let's grab one of these guys and have a look. Okay, it's about what I'd expect. All the rust converter has turned black, like just little bits of residue like that there. Now I have to wipe off, and a few little bits along the edge there. It'll be fine. Down here all looks good, again about what I'd expect. See, there's like little spots like in here. I wanted to put like a bead of Tech 7 or something, or like a little spot like there. Probably not so necessary there, but like a little bead along here where some of these seams are. It's probably unnecessary, like, but there's a few little spots that I just would feel a little bit more comfortable. So like up there, you see, right in there, just that big open gap there. A few more back here, just like if I could get a bead of it in along there. In a couple of these spots, I'd feel much more comfortable about it. How do we get on over here? Oh yeah, that all looks okay for now as well. I'd probably put a little bead just in, oh, I'm blinding you, just in along there as well. Just in a few little spots like that. Like up here is got almost nothing left in it. Oh, it does. Okay, but you get the idea. So we're gonna let that warm up for a couple of minutes. We'll put on some of that Tech 7 in a few little gaps, and then we'll finally get to undersealing. stuff is stink. I feel like I can hear colours and see sounds. It's very stinky. I should have worn a mask, but so here's how it has all turned out. It looks really, really good. Really good. Like I said, I've never used that Motip stone chip paint before, so I don't know how well it'll hold up. I've only got one very generous coat on it, so whether it'll be enough or not, I don't know. A few tiny little patchy bits there where I've missed, but right there I missed. Well, that's okay for that. And then around the front, we're all done in the front as well. I just spotted another piece that I missed, but that's okay. All up there. It is all tidied up really nice. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm pretty happy with it. So it took me the 3 cans. It's pretty good. Like I said, I've never used it and it wasn't particularly expensive. So the other one that I did have was this one right here. It's the old tar bitumen style one. I don't know actually which is better, that one or that one. That sprays a lot better, but that seems to go a bit further, if that makes sense. So I had the 3 of those Motip ones, and that done the whole of under here, all under there. It done the wheel arches and it done a bit of the rails as well. And then the old bitumen one, I had about, well, more than I thought, so I decided, fuck it, why not just do the whole floor up into the exhaust tunnel, except for where I literally ran out of it there. But so the whole floor of the car, whole underside of the car, I mean, should I say, is all sealed up. I might get one more can in the future and just do along there at the bottom of the sill, because obviously I don't want to get a mess all over the arms or the legs of my lift or whatever, but that can be done another time. I think it looks really, really good. I know it's quite hard to tell in those video clips now because the daylight doesn't allow for the best image quality, but you can see what I'm talking about. Like, it looks absolutely fine. Oh, I never even thought of these corners. Right, I'll definitely have to get 1 or 2 more cans. So I guess all we can really do for now is leave that stuff alone and let it cure and go off. And I'll do a bit of reading and see, should I do a second coat, get a couple more cans, but I don't think I'm going to need it. But for the next while, what we have to do, or what we can do, I'm going to get the wire wheel, start cleaning up that crash bar, take the anti-roll bar off the wishbones, or the control arms I mean, clean up the anti-roll bar, take the discs and the calipers and the control arm off the hubs, clean all of them up, clean up the gear linkages, clean up the tank, anything essentially that's going back on the car. I just want to give it a good go of the wire wheel, a bit of rust converter, and maybe some black paint just to tidy it all up a bit. Okay, welcome back. So, in all transparency, it's been about a week, maybe even more, since that clip that you last saw, where I was cleaning up the trailing arms and all that kind of stuff. But we've made a lot of progress since. Also, I figured there was no point showing you me cleaning up and painting every single little thing. So, in other news, we've gotten, as you saw in the last video, we got the bumpers off the kit. But recently, we managed to get the side skirts off. Came off pretty easy, and we got the 2 front wings off. But we'll talk about that in another video, I think. What other progress have we made? Well, the car's gotten another coat under seal underneath, and it's way better for it. So I'm glad I bought a few more cans and did that. I keep forgetting I need to make another one of those for this side. That might be something I try and do today, but we'll see. What else? Everything, pretty much everything, has been cleaned up. We've got a lot of stuff painted, cleaned up and painted black. So we have the gear linkages. We'll zoom in a touch for you. The gear linkages are all painted black, cleaned down really nicely. A few other little bits there. The gear stick itself didn't really need it, but just the back end of it right there needed a little clean up. Back and plates are painted. Front shock forks are painted. What else have we got? Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff outside that I'll show you, which has all been painted. Brake drums, or the back of the brake drums, have all been cleaned down and painted. Brake pipe brackets, front control arm brackets, anti-roll bar brackets, the crash bar itself, whatever that is by the steering rack, more brake pipe brackets. Now the next thing to do is start cleaning up those cables. I figure just like warm water on a cloth and give them a little scrub with a brush, I guess. I want to do the same with the plastic covers for the fuel filler there as well. I haven't done anything with the tank yet. I still want to degrease that, and I'll paint it as well with the same under seal stuff. I've also, here we go, gotten the brake drums and the brake caliper carriers cleaned up. They're going to get painted blue with a little bit of extra something special. In the meantime, a whole bunch of stuff has arrived from Autodoc, almost their entire catalogue for a Civic. So in these 2 boxes here where it says Budwig, they have remanufactured OEM calipers in them. So I'm going to take those out, give them a little scuff, and paint those blue, along with a couple of other little things. So for now, more painting, but at least this time it's something colourful. So, as you've seen in the last couple of clips there, we've got the coilover bases, I don't know what you'd actually call them, to be honest, from the old core coilovers, which were yellow and powder coated. We've got those all stripped down. We've got a bunch of stuff primed. So, as you can see, it's all kind of ready to rock. We've got the caliper carriers, the brand new calipers, the brake drums, all kind of ready to go. So let me tell you what my plan is. Because obviously, as you've seen in other videos, the interior of the car is all blue. The audio stuff is all blue. The car itself was originally blue at some point, but I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint it blue or not again. Where is my paint? But just in case I do, the fact that everything else is blue, then we may as well just stick with blue. Also, a lot of my suspension components that I got from the lovely people in China are that blue anodized aluminium as well. So we may as well, and just for something fun. So I have, technically it's called Arctic Blue if I remember right, from my wagon. I've got about 2 cans of it maybe, so we're going to go with that. Hopefully I'll have enough. I'm definitely going to do, as I said, the bottom parts of the coilovers, the caliper carriers, the calipers themselves, and the drums. And if I have enough paint left, it's over there somewhere. If I have enough paint, I'll do the anti-roll bar and the brackets for the bushings or something like that. Just kind of give it a bit of flavour, I suppose. So speaking of flavours, you can hear that. We're going to go with that blue. And then again, if I have enough, we're going to go with some Montana glitter. Kind of a blue translucent colour. I think it would be pretty cool on top of it. So we've got the grey primer. We'll have a nice blue on it, and then a couple of coats of that. I have 2 cans of that. If I don't have enough, no big deal, I'll get another one. But I think it'll just give it something, just fun, I guess. So let's put on the blue, the Honda blue, and see how that looks. Goodness, JDs and Lentilmen. I'm so happy with how these look. I haven't applied any glitter yet now. So as I said, I had 1 full can and 2 kind of half, maybe 2/3 cans of the Honda blue. And here it is. It's an absolutely beautiful colour. I forgot how nice a colour it is. So they look really good. I'm very, very pleased. I have none of the glitter coat applied yet. Calipers are painted. The drums are painted. It's a really, really cool colour. Very cool colour. So what we're going to do now, we're going to shake up this bad boy. Oh, also I still have nearly pretty much a full can left, so I will indeed do the anti-roll bar. It's over here. I don't know why I'm showing you an anti-roll bar. You've all seen an anti-roll bar before. So the anti-roll bar and the brackets, which I just now thought of, I've already painted black. Fuck it, we'll just do it blue. It's no big deal. Okay, maybe we'll redo the brackets sometime, but for now we'll do that later on. So the glitter clear, or the glitter coat, I mean. So as I said, it's Montana. I used to do this, or use this stuff ages ago, and I used to do a little bit of graffiti. This is like a translucent, almost like a pearl. It has that glitter finish to it. Now, I know a lot of it will depend, how sparkly it is going to depend on the colour underneath. So as I said earlier, we've got a very, very light grey, almost white primer. A medium sort of blue. It's definitely a darker blue, but it's, you know, as opposed to a baby blue. So I think a bit of this on top is going to be fun. So let's shake the shit out of this. Okay, I've done a handful and it looks so cool. Oh, it's so good. Now again, I should have thought of this before I started spraying. I forgot that it's, if you've been on the channel before, you would have seen when I painted the air tank in the lowrider, the glitter or sparkle, whatever you call it, is kind of suspended in like this clear membrane. It's actually clear coat, but it's a little bit thicker, so it's a lot, it runs really fast, so I'm having to be much more careful. But I mean, just look at that, like, so cool. So let's do one live here. Let's do a caliper live and just see what happens. Oh, it's so cool. Doesn't look anywhere near as good in camera as it does on person, but let's get everything else painted. We'll leave it for a couple hours or a couple of minutes, and hopefully we'll have some sparkly bits. Oh, it's gotten very, very windy. I hope you can hear me over the noise of the door rattling. So we're back to check a couple hours later on our sparkly bits. Oh, they look so cool. Right, again, I know it's kind of tough to see on the camera, but they look so nice. I really hope that yeah, you can make it out, I think. Oh, it's so cool. It occurred to me when I was painting them, I didn't need to paint that bit at all. That sits into the shock fork, but look, it is what it is. Not a big deal. Oh, they look so cool. The anti-roll bar got done as well. Very cool. They look so good. What about the calipers? Yeah, nice. Very cool. Drums look good. That stuff has come out so nice. I'm really happy with that. Really, really happy. Looks so good. Well, I know it's stuff we're never going to see because it's underneath the car, but look, it is what it is. I'm glad that I did it. It'll give it a little bit of extra flavour, I guess. Oh, we did have another update actually. Today we managed to get the the front hubs all put back together, cleaned up hub. brand new ball joint, brand new wheel bearing. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. And the rear trail arms, we got the bushings pressed into those as well. All correct, aligned correctly, long end on the inside, pushed flush. Also, again, just busy work while I was waiting on other stuff to dry. I cleaned up and painted the 2 heat shields for the exhaust. So with all of that, the suspension at least is all ready to go back together. The last few things I need to do for the whole underside to go back together, as I mentioned earlier, is power wash and clean up the tank, clean up those plastics and the filler neck. I've decided as well, I'm not going to all this work and then put the shitty looking axles back in. So I'm going to keep, reuse those axles because the boots are all fine. So what I'm going to do is split the joints entirely, clean out all the old, more than likely original grease from 1999, re-grease them, clean up the joints, clean up the shafts, paint them black as well, same as I've done with all the other stuff, just to make them look a little bit better, because the underside of the car is going to look really nice. There's no point throwing really old stuff back in. Again, while waiting for some other stuff to dry, as I mentioned earlier, I painted the subframe while in the car. Now, it's not perfect and I didn't get every single little bit of it, but it's fine. I forgot that, again, like I mentioned earlier, I forgot that it's gloss black that I bought as opposed to a matte black, but I think it looks fine. It doesn't look weird that it's a gloss subframe, so what, anyway, it doesn't really matter. Other than that, like I said, the car is pretty much ready to go back together. A couple of small things I'll need to do. Like I said, I have these brake pipe brackets painted. They'll all go back in off camera, little things like that. You don't need to see stuff like that. Replace some old fuel lines and stuff like that. I got a roll of fresh fuel line a couple of days ago. I want to wash up the handbrake cables like I mentioned before. That big box of goodies, we're going to go through that in the next video. So with that in mind, thanks for sticking with me. The video is a little bit of a mess because it's filmed across a couple of weeks, so I've probably repeated myself a load of times throughout this whole video. But as I said, thanks for sticking with me. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. I post a few other little bit of kind of behind the scenes sort of stuff and a little bit more detailed stuff on there as well. I never really ask people to do this, but I'd love to see the Civic videos do well, so maybe share the videos with someone you know, like the videos, put a comment. Even if you think the blue looks terrible, put a comment and say the blue looks shite, or send me a comment if you think it looks cool too. But other than that, like I said, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be back pretty soon and we'll start putting this car back together.